All right, Mr. Gazy's still up. Where'd he go? Did he go home? There he is.
Actually, Dorothy McCarthy's going to come up. We're an hour and a half in. I'm just going to let her take it from there, and then I'm going to do the last one.
Freeze, so you got a report?
For an hour and a half.
A quick update on one of the many projects involved in the master plan. We are looking at updating the signage for the campuses, and it takes on a couple of different, there are a couple of different missions here. One is, first of all, making sure we have a new and consistent standard for our signage throughout our campuses. So, you know, things tend to evolve into a little bit of a hodgepodge, and we want to, work on cleaning that up. And then also, the college, within the last couple of years, they did a lot of work and put in a really great effort to updating their identification, their brand, and so forth. And we want to make sure that the identification that is throughout the campuses also reinforces the brand. So what the two slides that I'll show you, and I will be brief, one has to do with the new monument signs that are proposed. This is not, we'd like the board to take a look at it and give us your thoughts. But this is the design that is proposed for the new monument signs for the Grace Lake campus. There are a couple of things I want to call your attention to. One, of course, is the update, so it's got the consistent branding. Another, what we think is a nice feature, is we are incorporating some of the CLC brick, if you will, into the design of the sign, so you get more consistency and you reinforce the message and the connection of this being part of the campus. And then this is a very critical piece. Now this is your existing monument sign that's on Route 45 in Washington, the Grace Lake campus. This is the digital display board, which is, it's essentially light bulbs in the existing condition. They cannot get replacement parts for this anymore. So what I'm understanding that they do, as components burn out, they move those dead components to the corners of the sign and are like. So anyway, the proposed sign design will have a new LED display that will also be updated. That PR will be able to update then. It's actually the PR people who do this can update it from a local computer. They will be able to do it from a computer at home if necessary, like if there was a snow day or something like that. It'll give them a lot more flexibility. And what's proposed is an LED sign like you see now in modern signage that will also give more flexibility in images and message. So that is what's proposed, and this is presented, this is the existing, just to give you a sense of scale of existing versus proposed.
Wait.
Okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
I know that on the bottom, that's the address, right? 1951 Washington Street.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to have any idea what that means.
That's a good point. That was something that was questioned by the committee. And by the way, we did have a really terrific representative committee. We had the police and safety and facilities and faculty and PR on the committee. And that is something that we may not include in the signage because there's the sign that would be on Route 45 would be a little bit misleading. So we have had discussions about that. That's an excellent call.
I mean, if you're going to put 19351 West Washington or something, that'd be different.
Mm-hmm.
But just having that number there, they're all going to try to figure out what you're trying to tell them.
Yeah, and I think that given the scale of it, there's been discussion about not including 19351 on the sign, but we did want to make sure that you have a sense of the scale of it, the proposed materials, and the overall look that is being considered for the monument signs. I was going to go on to the signage standards, unless people have other questions on the monument signs for now. Okay. And this is the proposed signage standard package. And so you'll see we have primary, secondary, and building entry signage, and parking signage and so forth. And those are the exterior directional signs. And then these are more the interior main directional signage. This is obviously that's the overhead, and then different, new room signage and so forth. Again, the whole package that has consistency throughout and reinforces the brand of CLC through the images in your signage.
Yes.
Okay? This is what's proposed. Thank you.
I know I'm supposed to leave the tough part for the consultants to take the flak on, but the next piece I know is going to be a difficult and, sure.
What's the timeline on implementing the sign?
The big signs are going out to bid this summer.
Yes.
And do you have an install date?
I would like to get them installed depending on, I'd like to get them installed late this summer.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I know that we did this brand and we went to this blue and green. But it seems to me, maybe I'm a traditionalist, the colors of the schools are blue and white, aren't they? So, I mean, I guess if you want to put this little green line at times, okay, but to me, don't take the white out. I mean, if you're gonna put blue and then your little green accent and then white also, okay, or you've got your other, on your next slide, you've got the blue and white. But then when you go to see the sign that's on the right, where you've got blue and just green, I mean, that should be white, I think. I mean, the school's colors are blue and white. That's what I think. We didn't change to blue and green. The ones on the right, the ones that under the
overhead,
A.
you're talking about the overhead sign?
Okay, the two signs that are on the right.
Yeah.
Under the blue line across, you have a green line.
And then the background is the gray. Now, I think it's
Yeah.
something for consideration, and we'll certainly, we do have the blue and the white in the chevron shape, and even that is supposed to reinforce the brand. One of the things I would caution while you're thinking about this is if you do the body or the background of the sign in white.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, that's not what you're saying.
What
Okay.
I'm saying is, do you
Okay.
see on the two on the side where you have a blue line across that's thick, and then you have a green line? Why is the green line there instead of white? On the one next to it, why is the green line there instead of white? Green is an accent piece that somebody decided to add to in the recent branding program. It's not the school's colors. The school's colors are blue and white. So I don't, really somebody wanted to add a green accent, I think, okay. The school's colors are blue and white. Let's not walk away from that.
Well, to answer the question about why, I think you sort of answered it already yourself as far as why that was included is that, and this is not fixed. We can take any kind of comment, any feedback and so forth. But it was included because of the new brand, to incorporate the new branding colors.
Well, I'll see if anybody else has any opinions, but,
Can we go back to the first, the outside sign? Yeah. Now, I can understand that the sign on the left, you're having trouble getting bulbs for it. Okay, I understand that. Can't that whole part of it just be taken out and put in an LED part to that sign?
We do have power there, and, we could do that. Again, this was an effort to update the look of the sign and tie it together with the brick of the canvas to make it,
And we're paying for this locally. This is not a state project, correct?
that's correct.
well, you're putting the new branding in the look. I mean, that's what you're doing.
Right.
So you probably are gonna wanna change the logo to the new logo, but.
Correct.
All of the lettering changes, the logo changes. Rich, I can take a look at that, but I think I recall even we asked that and thought that the amount of money and expense to remodel, if you will, the existing sign and put a new one, would start to approach the brand new sign.
I would agree, you know, we've got an existing stucco sign.
And you guys did do a study on, we even looked at reusing the foundations of what the existing signs were, and they weren't in condition for us to be able to do that.
Okay.
Right, anyone else? Okay, heard our comments.
All right, thank you.